Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. This week I would like to talk about whether a breakup is a real breakup or a fake breakup. Yes, there are two types of breakups, so let's discuss the differences. For a real breakup, it means that the person really is done, they've had it, they don't want to get back together, they'll break up with you, and they won't contact you. You can try contacting them. They might respond, out of kindness, maybe out of pity, but they really are done. However, there is the second type of breakup, and that is the fake breakup. So how to know the difference? And why would there be a fake breakup? Well, because it's a plea for love. They don't want to break up with you, but they feel like they have no choice. They're confused, they're frustrated, they feel insecure, unloved, unappreciated, and they are trying to get your attention, and they feel this is the only way or the best way to get your attention, and fast, because when someone breaks up with you, they get your attention real fast, and also your interest level goes up. Rejection doubles interest level, by the way. And so when someone does a fake breakup, it's because they're just trying to stop the pain and take back some of the power. So how to handle this, and also how to know if it's a fake breakup. As with any breakup, you right away automatically say, okay. And you step back, and then you ask yourself, what part did I have in this breakup? And you have to be honest. Were you treating them the best you could? Or have they been telling you things that you haven't been listening to? Have you been ignoring them? Have you been making them feel like they're not appreciated? Now, often what happens with the fake breakup is that if you don't contact them, so if you do no contact, you'll hear from them sooner rather than later, because they were hoping that the breakup would jar you and that you would contact them and ask them to come back or ask them to at least talk with you. So then when they don't hear from you after a few days or a few weeks, you'll usually hear from them. So that's a really good way to know that it wasn't a real breakup. It was more of a plea for love. So if they contact you at that point, see what they say. Listen to what they say. Are they just contacting you to make sure you're okay with the breakup, or is there something underlying? They're not going to necessarily come out and say it, because they're going to feel a bit odd because they broke up with you and you didn't contact them, and now they're contacting you. But they still don't really want to break up with you, and they're hoping that you'll pick up the clues and contact them. But only you can know what part you had in the breakup, and if you need to ask to get together to discuss things. So if you really feel that you haven't done anything wrong, okay, fine, then you don't need to do anything. But if you did, and only you can know your partner, then you need to be willing to admit that you had a part in the breakup. If your partner's been unhappy for a while, if they asked you to change something that you were doing and you didn't take it seriously, then you need to help put the relationship back together. You need to step up your game, otherwise you're going to lose them. So show them that you care. That's what the fake breakup is about. They want to know that you care, that you're going to fight for them. And that way they'll feel more secure and know that, okay, yes, this person does care, and I woke them up. And so when they speak to you and they tell you, well, this is the problem, this is what happened, this is why I was unhappy, this is why I broke up with you, instead of getting defensive like most people do, just listen. Don't react out of fear. Listen to everything they have to say. Don't interrupt. And ask yourself honestly, okay, is this true, what these things that they're saying, or are they just making them up? So if they're true, then you have to think about whether you are willing to make those changes that they want. Or let's say you got caught up in work. This happens a lot with guys. They get caught up in their work. They get invested in a project. They're busy and they forget the girlfriend. and she thinks, oh, he doesn't care anymore. And of course, that's not true. He does care, except that guys have this thing called single point focus, where they're focused on one thing at a time. So if they're involved in a project, they just want to think about that project and work on that project. And the girlfriend, oh yeah, she's in the background there somewhere, but I'll get back to her later. So if you're guilty of this, then think about how you can make changes in the future so that your girlfriend doesn't feel ignored. And this is just one of many examples. Because, what's the point of having a great work life if your personal life sucks? We've all been there where work was going great, but the personal life was not. And we're like, what's the point, right? So you want to make sure both are going well, but especially your personal life. So if you have any questions or comments, you're not sure whether your breakup is real or fake, or you're interested in private coaching, you can contact me at my website, theartoflove.net. If you're listening to this on iTunes, I would appreciate if you would rate and review the podcast. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please subscribe. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.